Hey everyone, Matt from M40 Hobbies here. It is Boxing Day 2023 and I am really excited to share with you that I have just received as a really great gift the hobby deck, the brand new hobby deck from Frontier Wargaming. So I'm going to show you the deck itself. I'm going to put a few bits together, make sure it all goes together okay, and let you know what I think. All right, so here you can see the hobby deck. First thing I'll say is that this is so nice. Like the wood grain on it, I'm sure that probably the video doesn't do it justice, but it is finished really, really nicely. I absolutely love it. No idea how long it'll stay that nice, but as it's arrived, yeah, really, really impressed. You can see there are some accessories that come with it. So these just kind of sit on, which is quite nice because it means you can move them around. We have the Frontier Wargaming metal cup. They've kindly given some glue to help assemble everything. And we've got this as well, which is magnetic. So I guess you could probably pop that in as a brush holder. And obviously this is a magnetic mug, so it sits there. So if you're jogging it on your knees, your tea doesn't go everywhere. I also got a couple of the baskets for holding paints and things like that. So here's one in true Blue Peter fashion, that'll only make sense in the UK, that I put together earlier. So you can see it's just these kind of laser cut wooden sprues. You clip everything out, put it together, and these fit kind of nicely in the corner. And you can put anything in here. So I've got some paint and stuff like that. Obviously you can pop that in. It's big enough actually to take some of these thinners and stuff like that. We have space over on the right for brushes and that kind of thing, just so it doesn't roll away. I think it's been pretty well thought through, to be honest. I'm quite happy with it. So we'll go and look at some of the accessories. So you can see here that it has come with a few accessories, and you get to specify which kind of racks you want as well. So here I've got one that does hold the Citadel paint pots, so I'll put that together in a moment. And also you can see these crosses here. These are for paint stands, and you can see it comes with some painting handles that I can pop out and have them sat here as well. So if you're painting a squad of 5 miniatures, you've got 5 painting handles, and you can just sit them there and they won't go anywhere while you're painting. Additionally, I also got this light. You can see I've started putting it together. This light just sort of slides through these brackets here, so you can have it at any kind of angle you like. These are the bits to kind of clip it in at the back here. Haven't quite worked out yet how to secure this tightly enough that it doesn't go anywhere, because obviously these can kind of move along, so actually they just sort of pivot and do that. So I'm going to have to look at the instructions in a minute. And where I haven't quite finished building them, you have these cross braces here to kind of sit in between it, just to give it a bit more rigidity and stop it shaking around. So I'll let's try and get that built and see you in a sec. Okay, so you can see I have put the supports in now, and actually what this does is it braces it against the outside of the light supports. So actually when you tighten this up, you do get a nice kind of firm fit that holds the light up in place. And you can see I can tilt that wherever I need to. I'm kind of interested to see how bright it is as well. So I'm going to turn the studio light off, and I will pop the light up here on and see what we get from it. So actually you can see that's pretty good. If I were to grab a model and hold it under this light, actually I'd be pretty happy with the kind of light that I'm getting off of that. Certainly, you know, if I'm sat there in front of the TV in the evening on the sofa, that is more than enough. And really handy that it's kind of held just above in the eye line. So yeah, pretty happy with that actually. So now we've seen how that works, let's take a look at popping these together. They do handily provide you with this glue, which is really kind, but actually what I found on this one is that the fit is so tight that just snap fitting it together works absolutely fine, but good to know that glue's there if I need it. Let's get this open. So you can see, we'll just have to wait for that glue to dry. I definitely felt on this one it was a little less secure than that one, so using the glue was helpful. So we'll see how that goes, but it's all got together pretty nicely, and you can see this holds the Citadel paint pots really neatly. So that just slots on to the tray over there. Now we've got the paint stands, so let's pop those together. So actually here there's a couple of accessories that I wasn't really expecting. So I'm going to check the order bit in a minute and I'll let you know whether these were meant to be included or not, but if not, it's a nice little add-on. We have over here this kind of little magnetic cup holder, which is pretty cool, just kind of fits together like that. Obviously with that one on the other side. And that sticks actually over the magnet on the cup holder. So you can see if I were to use my old ramekin, which actually weirdly fits very nicely in there, it would be less likely to move somewhere. So that's actually pretty useful. That's cool. Thank you very much, Frontier Wargaming, for that. And on the other side, we have another one, which as you can see will hold the painting handles in exactly the same way. So we have a couple of sides for that as well. So yeah, cool couple of add-ons. So yeah, as I say, wasn't expecting that. The only slightly weird thing is we have 5 painting handles, and these are magnets that go on top of the painting handles to kind of hold your models in place. I only have 4 of these. So I'll check the box again, but I think I only have 4. So that's a little bit odd, but equally, these magnets aren't too difficult to pick up. So on these, I'm just matching up the one with the ridge at the top with the ones that don't have a ridge at the top. They just slot in fairly neatly like that. And then we'll just add a bit of glue up here. And this will just slot on the top. Here we go. Painting handle number 1. Complete. You can see that just slots nicely in there. Let's get the rest of these done. For anyone at home that is irked by the fact that I put that in the wrong way round, there you go. And finally, as a free gift, I don't know how long they'll do this promotion for, but you get a little wet palette included with it. So let's just open this up and see what it's like. I do have a Red Grass Games wet palette, which I'm really happy with, but it would be pretty big for this. So the fact that they've included a slightly smaller one is pretty cool. And let's put that out. There's your sheets. You got the sponge in there as well. Oh, it's actually come with 2 sponges. That's pretty nice. Nice and branded with Frontier Wargaming logo, and obviously would be pretty easy to set up. The one thing I would say I just noticed when I was plugging this in earlier is that this cable is actually pretty short. So if I take it out slightly, you can see it's not actually that long. One of the upgrades that they offer is a 1 meter extender, so I definitely recommend that unless you're going to be sat pretty close to a plug socket. And the only other thing I'll say is on this at least, and I don't know if it is don't know if it's a result of the plug I'm using, but we're not getting a very constant light feed through. I actually think this just might be a dodgy connection here, because every time I'm sort of wiggling the wire around, it's flickering on and off. That's a bit of a shame. I'll speak to Frontier Wargaming about that. Hopefully they can send me a replacement. So all in all, I have to admit, I am really happy with this. I think it is really nicely made. First of all, like, I'm so impressed with the quality. I think the range of accessories is really good as well. There's everything you need, and given that it's a relatively small space compared to your usual painting setup, actually I think you wouldn't be wanting for anything with this. So totally recommend. I'll see if I can get the cable issue with the light sorted out. Seems relatively stable at the moment. We'll see how long that lasts. But I'll post a quick update and see what Frontier Wargaming's response is. But overall, as I say, even without that, I think this is really useful, and I can't wait to just sit down in front of the TV later, grab a couple of models, grab some paints, and see how I get on with it. That's all from me. I'll be sharing more review videos soon, so if you've enjoyed this review and you found it useful, informative, and it's helped you make a decision on whether you want to purchase one of these, then please do like, subscribe for more updates. I will say, straight off the bat, this is not a paid partnership with Frontier Wargaming. This is an honest review, and I'm super impressed with it. So great job, Frontier Wargaming, and I will see you guys on the next video. Cheers.